EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from Houston. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Trump's Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, LA! Elijah Mitchell with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, good return up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Play action, Willis. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that would be the last shot that they take in this game.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run the option left. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. fielded at about the 28. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
1st down, here's Mitchell. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're going to get this out to midfield.
And there's a completion to the tight end. Look at the size of these players. This is that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They run over center with Mitchell. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Elijah Mitchell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is what they have to tell themselves. Don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first down, Willis. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when they decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
7 yards there and a first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Willis now off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Texans at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Rams will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. That's going to send it up to the 30.
As a defense, you're going to bounce when you're in zone coverage because you're going to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play in front of you. You're going to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line scrimmage.
Out of the gun now on third down. Open man there is Collins, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He's got it to Collins, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and goal. Texans 1.
Right there, hurt.
Now receiver in motion left. Mitchell is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards. Back to the 3. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Score Rams 21, Texans 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there's things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here's Willis now off the play fake. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Ready? 19 Tigers. Cowboys.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 126 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rodgers. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him by the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. they'll look to throw here. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it up, and the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And a throw right sideline is complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They got 29 yards that time.
So far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Play action. Here's Willis.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Check back. 19 right.
Right back to the air with Willis.
Wide open receiver complete. He's brought down the red zone at the 18 after a game of 18. 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Willis.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here that's close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dallas Goedert in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep for Hopkins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Kyler Gordon picks it off.
So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send John over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I have to think a major focus in the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Dancing to his left.
Willis throws another interception, his third of the game. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl, and the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At the point, you have to be able to run with guys, step downfield and man coverage, and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And come up to the line now, facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown, Rams.
Nico Collins, 28 yards. And the Rams take a 3-touchdown lead.
The kicker before the extra
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That third down conversion good for 23.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Right back to the air again with Willis.
Being chased out left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis.
Spins by. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards.
On just about anything, but a lot of times the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
140 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
21.
On the counter, Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, LA! DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
42, Texans 21.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over first down at their own 25 yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10, Willis.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
19 Lions.
Willis wants to pass it again. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or play something that feels a little bit cheap. But they're trying to lead down to just 2 scores. It's still a benefit to this score. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Willis will look to pass again here.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Come on. Hey. Come back, team.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up 50 here on 4th. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard.
2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
He'll look to throw.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. A 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now a throw here to his running back.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
Touchdown, Rams.
Touchdown.
Armani Rogers.
28 yards.
And the Rams have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
49. Texans 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made, and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They go play action with Willis.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Off the play fake, here's Willis.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
70 Ranger.
Willis is going to throw once more.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. Now here's a throw. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Second down throw coming by Willis. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you can throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Willis now off play action.
He's got it. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Nick Chubb.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that.
Willis will try and throw for this.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
A toss left side for Mitchell.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. One of those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Here comes the Rams punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
It's caught at the 10.
As this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against